While the weather outside may have you forgetting that we are in fact into the spring season now. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz joins us live to tell us why this long winter may be to blame for more cases of the flu this year. Rose?
Well, Christine, as you can see, it's still snowing out here. It's been snowing since earlier today. But I talked to some health professionals today about the uptick in flu cases this year. And from what I heard, I might be a little bit better off standing out here in the cold than you are nice and warm in the studio. Take a look.
Fargo mom Rachel Kanowski says despite all this winter white, she still thinks the recent weather is warmer.
If it's warm enough to snow, I don't mind it because I know spring and summer will come.
Maybe eventually, but in the meantime, the snow, even if it is a warmer snow, is still keeping more folks indoors.
That common misconception that we're going to catch a cold because we go outside in the cold, it's only partially true, right?
The flu season seems to be very high this year. We are seeing more. The peak usually is in November to March.
And though April just started, it's not looking like it's slowing down anytime soon.
It's sticking around way longer than anyone thought it was going to. And people, were constantly getting almost reinfected, it seemed like.
A lot of that does have to do with us being cooped up inside, and it's been colder conditions. So people are staying in close contact with each other.
Which is why Sanford Nurse Nelson says the best advice may be what you already know, to wash your hands often and cover your mouth. And since there may be no escaping a sick environment,
we know that we're getting bombarded, right? You can't avoid your kid.
Here are some ways you can keep the flu at bay.
Depending on your age and chronic disease conditions, among other things, it is advised to talk to your healthcare provider if you have been exposed to the influenza to see if there is a preventative medicine called Tamiflu that you can take that would help.
Nurse Nelson also advises to take a multivitamin, and naturopathic Dr. Loken says it's best to avoid sugar intake.
Because those are the things that those bugs really like to feed on.
And choose nourishing foods.
Things like bone broth and things like soups.
She says vitamin D can help boost your immune system.
And in one study, it actually showed that it did better than the flu shot.
And supplements like echinacea and elderberry can also help.
And make sure you're getting a quality supplement that's been tested and that's been vetted for how effective it is.
And Fargo mom Rachel Kanowski, who's also a teacher, says she's been around a lot of sick kids this year, but she's been lucky. Her secret?
Whenever we have a decent day, my husband and I definitely open the windows to get that fresh air in, and our kids play outside a lot.
As you may have heard Hutch already talking about, this weather is supposed to stay below normal for at least the next 7 days, so we might get a little bit more indoor time than we want to in the near future. Live South Fargo, Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live. Christine?
All right. Thank you, Rose. And we're also told it's not just about spending time in a room with someone who's sick, but it's about how much time you spend in that room, which is why it's so important to take care of yourself when you're helping to care for others.